show. You know you're up when you hear that Roll Tide roll. Roll Tide roll. You can talk bacon grease, you can talk geese, you can talk about the way things used to be. And if you get lucky, you might even talk to Freddie. Talk Congress, crime and cruise ship celibacy, entertainment districts. Talk politics, just leave his mama out of this.
You leave my mama out of this.
It's crushing Ronald Reagan, and don't y'all forget to pray. A celebrity Bible verse to start your day.
Lord have mercy. Read your Bible.
Giant moon pies and ugly ties and ill-named football bowls. Be sure you end your call with Roll Tide roll. You can talk bacon grease, you can talk geese, you can talk about the way things ought to be. And if you get lucky, you might even talk to Freddie. Talk Congress, crime and cruise ship celibacy, entertainment districts. Talk politics, just leave his mama out of this.
Mama out of this. It's horrible.
Let's talk about the Constitution.
I'm uncomfortable being called baby.
Just don't talk about prostitution or breath,
Cut that out.
testosterone.
Don't send me things to click.
You can talk football, baseball, and eating meat, tea parties and bringing up children. You can talk city streets, deadbeats, and the way things probably ain't never gonna be. Talk politics, just leave his mama out of this.
What's the matter with you people?
Talk politics, just leave his mama out of this.
Making songs about my mama. Leave my mama out of this now.
Don't draw conclusions, because if you do, you're going to be wrong. You can draw them if you want and just be wrong. I guess you all don't have any consequences for being wrong.
710 Time Saver Traffic from the Main Street Flooring and Design Traffic Center.
On Highway 59 southbound, it's a 50-minute drive from I-10 down toward Gulf Shores. On Highway 31, both north and south from Spanish Fort to Highway 59, it's a 14-minute drive. On Highway 98 from Daphne to I-10, it's an 8-minute drive. Watch for an accident in Axis on northbound Highway 43 at Creax Road.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Lowe's early Black Friday deals are going fast. Get up to 50% off select major appliances, plus up to an extra 25% off when you bundle select major appliances. Valid through 12/3. Selection varies by location. Select locations only while supplies last. See Lowe's.com for details.
The Uncle Henry Show, weekday afternoons from 5 till 7.
This is the Uncle Henry Show here on News Radio 710 WNTM. Thank you for listening to the Uncle Henry Show, and I'm proud to welcome back to the Uncle Henry Show microphones Killer Bees. Killer Bees is back. Killer Bees, thank you for coming in.
Hey, man, good to see you.
Great to see you again. Killer Bees is on the radio to tell us he is doing some comedy in Mobile, Alabama. You've got a December show at the Crescent Theater.
That's right. That's right. December the 5th at the Crescent Theater. I think that's a Friday night.
It is.
Yeah, December 5th. And, man, I got to say, Zeke and the guys down there, I've known them and known of them for several years. You know, we went a long time in Mobile without a quote-unquote comedy scene. And these guys kept that dream alive. You know, they had different open mics around the area. I would sit in on some and whatnot. But to see that they've stayed at it, that they've actually beat that learning curve, and lo and behold, they know what they're doing. They're bringing in legit pro comics. And it's a really neat thing, so I'm honored and proud to get to come in there and do a show, man.
Okay, so the show is going to be Friday, December 5th at the Crescent Theater in Mobile. Showtime 7 p.m. for people. This is good. People like me can go to this.
And I'll tell you something about an early show. I have a lot of fans these days that don't like driving a lot after dark.
That's true. Yes,
So-
it's true.
So there's that.
There is that.
But anyway, so man, they're doing stand up down there. They're also showing some classic films and stuff. So it's really a if I can say hip little place. I'll say that.
Okay.
So anyway, tickled to be there, man. Tickets, y'all, are at the Crescent Theater, but also KillerBees.com, I think. There.
Okay.
BEAZ. If not, it'll tell you, go to the Crescent Theater site.
Yeah, CrescentTheater.com also, and you can look and see who else is coming. But Killer Bees is Friday, December 5th. Now,
And it's a rare home, it's a rarity these days for me to perform in Mobile because I'm road dogging it so hard out there.
what are the last 2 to 3 cities you've been in doing comedy?
Tifton, Georgia, Ocala, Florida, Brunswick, Georgia.
Okay.
Not West Palm Beach, Cocoa Beach. Coming up before long, I think maybe a month or so, I've got Ormond Beach. I think that's right above Daytona. There's Pittsburgh, Kentucky
Nice.
coming up, I think. I'd have to look. It's a big blur. They're all KillerBees.com, BEAZ.
Okay, so your show, Friday, December 5th. So from your standpoint, your profession as a stand-up comedian, how are crowds different for the night of the week? Is a Friday night crowd different than Saturday?
The only big difference is, well, one, your Saturday people are generally more partiers because they've planned it in advance. Let's go Saturday night, yada,
Okay.
yada. The Friday night people are good as well because the weekend started, they're pumped up. But Friday night audiences get tireder quicker. That's why when we were all out doing the comedy club circuit, the Kiss of Death show was Late Show Friday because people had gotten up at the crack of dawn. They
Yes.
got ready to go to work. They spent a day working. They rushed to get home, to get ready to go out. They busted out, went somewhere to get something to eat. They're already having cocktails and stuff. It's been a long day. Come
Yeah.
10 o'clock at night, that's when they're generally winding down, and now there's a show, so it's hard to get good energy sometimes on Late Show Friday. In fact, sir,
Yes.
Steve Martin was asked why he quit doing stand-up comedy in the clubs, and he said, Late Show Friday.
Okay.
So that is,
All right.
dude, that is absolutely, it's never the audience, but sometimes it's the audience.
Gotcha.
There's environmental concerns.
Well,
If
that
the
was
room
that.
is
That's
too
why.
hot-
That's why I asked that question.
Yeah.
I'm curious now. Throughout your career, have you played? What is the latest you've gone on stage in your career? have you done any like 2 a.m.
yeah,
stuff?
Yeah, probably 1 o'clock, 1 a.m.-ish, something like
Okay.
that. Back when I was a big deal in the comedy clubs, there were lots of Saturdays in a lot of different markets where we would do 3 shows. And
Okay.
so generally you'd try to get that late show started at about 11:15, but it would
Yeah.
be 11:30, quarter to midnight, whatever. But different scenarios, man. You know, when you're in resort areas,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of times the shows will start later
Yeah.
because people are out doing their pre-show party, and just so that they'll be stupid enough when they come in from over drinking that they won't get the material.
What is the? Is there a rowdiest time?
Late Show Friday.
Oh, that's also going to be
Everybody's all
rowdy.
tore up and stuff. Didn't mean to.
Yeah.
Those people.
Didn't mean to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh man, I didn't mean to. Of course, their whole entourage. We were telling you the whole time.
Have you ever had an object thrown at you?
I had a shoe thrown at me one time.
You had a shoe.
Yeah. Well, actually, one time I had a shoe thrown at me, but also at another time, I used to do a thing about an item that was in my wife's purse, and I would say, and there's a chiclet stuck to it, a green one, and I was on stage in Statesboro, Georgia. And I said that line, and the whole audience had gotten together and bought chiclets and threw handfuls of chiclets at the stage. And that antic was not well received by me, because I'm like, what if you had hit my retina
Yes.
and now I'd have like triple vision or something? You can't count your money when you got triple vision. You
That
leave
is
at
true.
$3, think you got 30.
Uh-huh.
So, I mean, you can do the math on that. But anyway,
Yes, but it made such an impression. Do you remember where you were when people
I
threw
certainly
chiclets at
do.
you?
I certainly do. And there was a band that was playing it was in a honky tonk, and there was a band that was playing, and all their gear was set up behind me, man. And these chiclets were hitting people's expensive guitars and all this. I'm like, whoever thought that up was stupid. And I went, that was your bit. Oh, well, you know what? Y'all need to quit throwing stuff.
Well,
So-
I'm glad it didn't become a trend, though. It did not become a trend.
Correct. Thank goodness. And now you see artists all over the place. I have several friends out of Nashville who have been struck with
Yes.
flying objects, man. Everything from cell phones to water bottles to bracelets.
Yes, it's become a thing in country music. Over the course of this last year, several artists have stopped their concerts because they got hit in the head with something.
Right. Now, see, it's not like the old days. If you're on stage singing or doing your act and you get hit in the head with a padded bra, it's not going to hurt you.
Right.
And that's all they threw back in old-timey days. But now they're throwing cell phones, shotgun shell casings.
Wow.
I made that part up.
Oh,
but
okay.
they could.
Well, that's
what
a
I'm
good one to
saying.
throw.
It's
That's
up to them.
dramatic. Yeah, or chiclets, as you said, they can hurt
Or
as well.
chiclets. They could smuggle in bunnies and toss them at the stage if they had a mind to. You ever been to an Alice Cooper concert?
I have not been to an Alice. You have, though. What did you sneak
I
in?
have not.
Oh, you have not? Okay, well.
Seen
look,
him on TV. Saw him
Well,
play
I've-
golf one time.
Now, the reason I said that Killer Bees has been to one is because I was, in the last week or two, I've seen you on social media putting up all these pictures with Leonard Skinner and stuff. I just assumed.
Man, those
Hey.
guys.
Well, we got to take a break. We're going
Okay.
to come back with more Killer Bees doing comedy December 5th at the Crescent Theater. You can get tickets at crescenttheater.com. You can also go to killerbees.com. Back with more from Killer Bees after the break here on News Radio 710 WNTM. You can also watch us on YouTube.
From the Spring Hill Toyota Traffic Center.
Now we have a bit of congestion on I-10 westbound between I-110 and Pensacola Boulevard. On Highway 98 from Daphne to I-10, it's a 9-minute drive. We have congestion on Highway 31 from Spanish Fort to Highway 59. It's a 14-minute drive. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Lisa Baque.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. It's never too early for Lowe's Black Friday deals. Grab 25% off select pre-lit artificial Christmas trees, made for all your favorite holiday moments. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 12/3 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Hair loss can be frustrating, but there's a smarter solution. Advanced Dermatology and Skincare Center now offers SmartGraft, a revolutionary, minimally invasive hair restoration procedure. Using advanced follicular unit extraction, SmartGraft precisely and efficiently restores your hair with natural-looking, long-lasting results. Take control of your confidence again. Schedule your appointment with Advanced Dermatology and Skincare Center. Visit advanceddermclinic.com.
JTV, Jewelry Television. With 80,000 jewelry looks, we're kind of a big deal. Even bigger with new lines of designer handbags, fragrances, and more. And biggest of all, because you could win a 7-night stay in Bali, spending money and thousands worth of JTV jewelry, making you kind of a big deal. Enter by December 7th at jtv.com/sweepstakes. No purchase necessary. Then watch JTV on TV or shop jtv.com for big holiday deals.
Here's the tale of the daily Medfield. Same old pharmacy, same old bill, but those prices kept rising higher still.
Till the savings wrangler rode in, cool as can be. Tap Good RX, saving massively.
No plan? Don't matter none. Up to 80% off. The deals are done.
Discounts hitting harder than Ma's chili. Dang, that one little app does all the rest.
Save time and money on prescriptions.
Check Good RX. Good RX is not insurance.
Adoption rocks. Adoption rocks for many reasons. For couples facing infertility,
So adoption costs money, and infertility treatments cost money. Adoption is something where you are going to walk away with a child that you can love on, and fertility treatments are kind of a roll of the dice and a gamble.
adoption rocks.
But then when I married, we were going to have our own. We wanted a lot of kids, and we couldn't. So after some infertility and fertility treatments, we called Department of Human Resources. In May of 1999 is when we got our first two, our girls. I would do it again in a New York second.
November is Adoption Awareness Month. Adoption rocks, educating birth moms, prospective adoptive families, and the community about the adoption process. Learn more at adoptionrocks.net. Adoptionrocks.net.
From the demented mind of Evan Ratliff comes a podcast about AI and the future of work.
I'm Evan Ratliff, and that's Kyle, the CEO of the company I just started.
Hey, just finished drawing up that quick one-page business plan for you. Here's the link.
Kyle's an AI agent. All my coworkers are. It's season 2 of Shell Game, a story of entrepreneurship in the AI age, or how I tried to build a real startup run by fake people. Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Shell Game, and listen now.
This month, enter your child in the Greer's Kids Club Coloring Contest. Uncle Henry here to let you know that this is going on at every Greer's location. Just go to Greer's, get a coloring sheet, let your child color it, then take it back to your local Greer's for a chance for your child to win a $25 What's in Your Buggy shopping spree. There'll be a winner at every Greer's location Saturday, November 29th. You can find out more about the Greer's Kids Club at Greers.com.
And remember, Greer's got it. We guarantee it.
Gulf Coast weather from the Pete and Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electrical Weather Center.
Expect mild temperatures tonight with increasing clouds. We'll have a chance of scattered strong storms in the area on Tuesday with the potential for gusty winds and large hail. Daytime highs will be in the upper 70s and our rain chances 50% on Tuesday. I'm Fox 10 News Chief Meteorologist Jason Smith for this iHeartRadio station.
This report is sponsored by the White House Briefing Room podcast with John Decker.
I'm John Decker. Join me weekdays for 15 minutes of no-spin White House coverage straight from the press briefing room. Subscribe now to the White House Briefing Room on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is the Uncle Henry Show on News Radio 710 WNTM.
It is 5:20 here at News Radio 710 WNTM, the Uncle Henry Show, with news headlines coming up in 10 minutes. Killer Bees is back. Killer Bees doing a comedy show at the Crescent Theater in Mobile, Friday, December 5th. Tickets available now at crescenttheater.com. Now, Killer Bees, you've done a lot of radio through your career. I know you've been on the John Boy and Billy show a lot throughout your career. A lot of people around the country discovered you there. And I wanted you to tell me about them hanging it up. I understand the John Boy and Billy show is ending at the end of this year.
That's right. That's what I heard too, man. And those guys were so instrumental in helping myself, a comic named Tim Wilson, and also James Gregory. Mm-hmm. Way back during the John Boy and Billy heyday, if you will, when they had 200 plus affiliates and all that, they kind of took the three of us under their wing and promoted us, did gigs with us for decades. And so it's a very bittersweet thing to see that show going away because they were such a big part of my life and career. I was talking to Jackie the other day, and we're emailing with Marcy, and we're going to try to go over there sometime between now and when they're done and do a reunion show where I get to sit in for the show with them. I think we're going to be able to work that. Everybody's wanting to do it, so we'll have to see if we can work that out. But they were so good, man. There's so many of us.
Now, you being on that show for years, did you meet some of the people from Leonard Skinner there, or did you meet them different places? Did the John Boy and Billy show help you meet some of your musical heroes?
No, actually, the Skinnerd guys saw me on, I think, the Crook and Chase show
Oh,
on
okay.
TNN way
Okay.
back in old timey days when I was doing all the CMT shows, all the TNN shows when I was in Nashville. But I was in a parking lot in Birmingham, Alabama, and a van pulled up. My wife had our baby and the first big load of gear with the bellman going up in the hotel. And I'm standing by the car, and this van pulls up, and these long-haired guys get out. And that's back when I had my big giant mullet.
Yeah.
And so I kind of did the old head wave, hey, dude, to them. They did it to me. And one of them goes, man, are you that comedian that's on the Nashville network? So now I've been recognized.
Yes.
Man, I'm puffed up, you know, so I go strutting over there doing my cowboy bull rider walk, you know. And so I get over there, and I'm like, yeah, man, that's me. We love you. You're great. I'm like, yeah, right, yeah. And so I go, well, look, man, I'm doing a show tonight in town. I can hook y'all up if y'all want to come out. And one of them said, well, we got to play tonight. So yeah, I knew that I could tell they were banned. So I go, where are y'all playing? And Uncle Henry, one of the other guys goes, well, we're Leonard Skinnerd. And I'm like, oh. So suddenly I was not quite as puffed up, lost about 8 pounds in my chest immediately. But as soon as they said that, my wife and the baby showed up, and they all went, a baby, and ran to her and started playing with our little boy because their families were at home.
Yeah.
But anyway, their manager walked up and asked me if I had a cassette tape, VHS tape,
Yes.
of my act. And I said, I do not, but the comedy club has a camera, and if they've got a blank tape, I'll make one tonight. Lo and behold, fast forward, I'm getting ready to go to work. I put on, back then I was wearing a sports coat that was black and white splotchy like a Holstein cow.
Yeah.
And a bolo tie, a big belt buckle, black jeans, and boots that were black and white splotchy like a Holstein cow with the fur still on them. So anyway, so that was my stage wear. So
Nice.
we get on the elevator, we go downstairs, the elevator opens, and straight across the hall, the other elevator opened, and it was the Skinnerd guys in their stage gear. And so then we all busted out laughing at each other. So anyway, long story short, man, I made this tape, had the audience in the middle of it turn around and cheer for the Skinnerd band and all that. We get back to the hotel after work, and when we're getting out of our vehicle, lo and behold, that same van I'd seen earlier come screeching into the parking lot. The Skinnerd guys come rolling out of it, steam coming off of them, because they were only 7 minutes done with playing Freebird.
Oh, wow.
And so they come straight from the Stardome Amphitheater.
Yeah.
So anyway, and their manager walked straight up to me, and I handed him that tape. So big score right then.
Yes.
So now we had returned to the hotel with a gallon of beef vegetable soup that the cook at the comedy club had given us, because he knew we were on tour, had the baby with us. We take kitchen supplies. We're on the elevator, us and Skinnerd, and one of them goes, man, is that food? And another one of them goes, we hadn't eaten all day long. And so the lovely Miss Corporate, my wife, goes, are y'all hungry? Yeah. Y'all want to come eat soup? Yeah. So they all piled up in our hotel room, and we ate soup together and listened to the final edit on a little video, on a little cassette tape, the final edit of the last Rebel album.
Okay.
And so then we parted ways the next day, and 3 months later I was gigging in Nashville, and they hit me up, and they went, man, you got to come see us. We want you to come hang with us. And so they thought I was the bomb. Billy Powell, the piano player, wanted to be a comedian.
Okay.
We were on their tour bus one night going to St. Louis from somewhere, and Billy Powell says, man, you got to look at my tape. And all the other band members go, no, no, like that. He had done this character called Little Jimmy, where he would sit behind his grand piano and riff on piano and then do one-liners. And obviously the whole band had seen it so many times, they were just like, no, no. But he had to play it for me, and the whole time they were just like, oh, my gosh, which, and I get it, because it was pretty cringe. bless his heart. But that just blew me away that he was gearing up and working on his comedy act. So, fun fact, nobody knows.
No,
so.
well, Killer Bees, we've got, me and the listener, we just have to pause and reflect for just a moment. The fact you've told us this story most of us would imagine you're meeting a band like Lynyrd Skynyrd, that y'all be partying, that you'd tear the hotel room up. It'd be this just epic party. And instead, the story is that you all went up and ate soup. We all went to a hotel room and ate soup together. I mean, that is just the opposite reality, way stranger than what we're going to make up.
True that, man. True that. But anyway, so they kind of adopted me then, and their manager Paul Abraham, who also managed was the tour manager for Billy Ray Cyrus and Bad Company, wrote a book about his exploits called The Gospel According to Abraham, and I actually have a Killer Bees chapter.
Oh, wow.
In his book. Now, here's the funny part. It's a one-page chapter.
Okay.
but I am in the book, and there's pictures of me with the band and stuff like that. So it was really cool. They were real good to me. We really got some neat stuff accomplished. So.
Now, the last time you were here, we're almost out of time for this segment of the show, so I'll save these questions. But we've got so you are going to try to go and be on Big John Boy and Billy before their show starts.
Yes, I am. Yeah, we're in works of trying to get that to happen right now.
Okay, so you can see Killer Bees do his stand-up comedy Friday, December 5th at the Crescent Theater in downtown Mobile. Get your tickets at crescenttheater.com. Get them at killerbees.com. We're going to take a time out for news headlines and then back with more questions for Killer Bees here on the Uncle Henry Show.
Time Saver Traffic from the Main Street Flooring and Design Traffic Center.
And we've got an accident with road blockage in Pensacola, West Jordan Street at North R Street. Also, watch for an accident on Schillinger Road at Oak Hill Drive. It involves a vehicle versus bicycle there. Also slow on Highway 59 from I-10 to Gulf Shores, 51-minute drive.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Lowe's early Black Friday deals are going fast. Get up to 50% off select major appliances, plus up to an extra 25% off when you bundle select major appliances. Valid through 12/3. Selection varies by location. Select locations only while supplies last. See Lowe's.com for details.
If you see traffic trouble, call the Acadian Windows traffic tip line at pound 250, keyword total traffic when prompted. Acadian Windows, your hurricane protection specialists.
Hi there, I'm Lenise Lagon from Fox 10 News with your brief update. Alabama law enforcement agency investigating a deadly crash. 2 people were killed. It happened on Lott Road near Laner Lane over the weekend, shutting down traffic about 10 miles north of Sims. Only 1 vehicle was involved. We do have the story posted on fox10tv.com, including the names of those involved. A 27-year-old from Thomasville is in the Wilcox County Jail, charged in connection to a double homicide. The bodies of 2 teenagers, ages 17 and 18, were found with gunshot wounds near Ralph Irvin Lane and Pine Hill in Wilcox County. The teens had been reported missing since November 17th and were reportedly last seen near Thomasville. The mayor says his thoughts are with the victim's family as the entire community is shaken. Courtney Anderson was booked Saturday. Lastly, with the increase in travel, the risk of potentially getting sick is also going up. Doctors say when traveling, wash your hands before and after you eat, touch your face. They say hand sanitizer is fine if there isn't a sink nearby. They also encourage people to wipe down surfaces that are shared, like armrests or fold down chairs and trays on an airplane. It's important to consider receiving a COVID and flu vaccine during this time of year. If you're traveling internationally, it's best to talk to your doctor. Lenise Lagon from Fox 10 News.
This is News Radio 710 WNTM.
Fox News, I'm John Saucier. A federal judge dismissing indictments against former FBI Director James Comey and New York Attorney General Letitia James, finding them illegitimate because they were brought by an unqualified U.S. attorney. Comey expressing gratitude to the lawyers who stepped forward to represent him.
I hope they serve as an example to more and more lawyers, especially at some of the big firms, to participate
in protecting our liberty, protecting the rule of law.
U.S. and Ukrainian delegates meeting this weekend for talks to try and end the war with Russia. An American proposal and European proposal on the table. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says President Trump is committed to ending the bloodshed.
I think the president deserves a great deal of credit for the amount of energy and effort he's put into trying to bring these two sides to an end of this war. He wants to see this killing stop. As for any deadlines, he wants to see this end as soon as possible.
The American proposal under criticism for containing things that are more favorable to Russia. America's listening to Fox News.
Anna's here from Mobile Bay Coins and Fine Jewelry. Anna, do you ever have serious coin collectors come in to Mobile Bay Coins and Fine Jewelry?
Oh, yeah, they come in all the time and spend probably about an hour or more at the shop at just looking at coins and all the inventory that we do have in the shop. Thousands of coins.
If you're looking for investment-grade collectible coins, go to Mobile Bay Coins and Fine Jewelry, 2204 Government Street in Midtown Mobile. MobileBayCoins.com.
17 million veterans have served our country. Since 2001, more than 150,000 veterans have died by suicide. Hundreds of thousands more suffer from the invisible wounds of war. It's time to act. Homebase has provided life-saving, world-class care to over 50,000 veterans and family members, all at no cost to them, from every state. The time to show your support is now. Donate today at homebase.org/iHeart and help our heroes heal. Make a gift. Save a life. The time is now. Homebase.org/iHeart.
So Pure Talk is offering unlimited talk, text, and data on a crazy fast 5G network for just $29.95 a month for life. Not your phone's life. Your life.
Hey, YouTube viewers, thank you for those who may be watching on YouTube. Going to be back on the radio here in about 1 minute. Just wanted to thank you for watching and subscribing if you can on YouTube. Appreciate that very, very much. And I will be here Tuesday and Wednesday and out Thursday and Friday for holiday reasons. But thanks for watching on YouTube. Killer Bees, say hello to the YouTubers.
Hello, YouTubers. It's your tube.
It is.
See what I did there?
Yes.
I cannot help that. That just bubbles out of my pie hole. And they've tried therapy, different therapies. Some not so pleasant, some rather pleasant. But, you know, it all, at the end, none of them really worked. It's just, it's my cross to bear.
All right, we're going to bear it here in less than 30 seconds on the radio.
Because we bear all on this show.
Information.
This is exactly why I like having it at my fingertip.
It's as easy as making us the #1 preset.
It's just made my whole day more efficient.
On your car radio and on the iHeartRadio app. Put us in front and we'll put you in the center of everything that matters. On News Radio 710 WNTN.
Uncle Henry Show here on News Radio 710 WNTM. Killer Bees is back on the show. Killer Bees doing stand-up comedy at the Crescent Theater in Mobile Friday, December 5th. Tickets on sale now, crescenttheater.com, killerbees.com. Now, Killer Bees, Thanksgiving is coming up. In your career, have you had to miss holidays? Have you had to be on the road doing comedy during holiday times?
I have. Back in old timey days when you've got to turn down no gigs, you've got to get that stage name, and if you're motivated to do it, that's the dues. That's part of the dues that you pay. So never had to miss Christmas because of it, but was on the road for some Thanksgivings and Easters and stuff. But you know, if it's something you love doing and you want to excel at it, you have to put in the time. And you can't practice a performing art on your own. You've got to be in front of an audience. You've got to have that little bit of tension in there because you know how it is, man. Your breath control gets jacked up when you're under duress, your motor skills. So you've got to practice it under those conditions, and you got to go do it in order to do it. So,
now, what was Thanksgiving like for you as a kid? Gigantic? Did you have a lot of family for Thanksgiving?
There were 6 in the family, and we lived out of state from the cousins and stuff. So we never had the big 56 people show up at the house with 9 turkeys all from Alabama. So all
Okay.
them from Opp. You know, when you got relatives in Opp, you tell them we're going to eat at approximately so and so.
Yeah.
'Cause they
Yeah.
bring to-go boxes. So
How do you like to celebrate it now, at this point in your life, this stage in your life?
I like to be still. Man, I have spent 44 and a half years on the road. Travel, which is a blessing. I've seen so many sights. I've done so many things. But now I long to be able to just sit in my chair and hold my dog and hold my remote and channel surf and not have terrain passing by constantly. So I promise you, I've toured over 1 million miles doing stand up, and so it this day and age, it's fun to just have to be still sometimes.
So that'll be the joy of the holiday season for you, is not moving, not going somewhere.
A catatonic state.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I can imagine
So,
why. You've explained it beautifully.
Right. So watch some football on TV, and then not having to go do a sound check somewhere, yada yada.
By the way, I want to thank you for inviting me and my lovely wife up to the Grand Ole Opry to see your performance in July, I believe it was. Thank you for that. That was a real once-in-a-lifetime type experience to go backstage at the Grand Ole Opry and see what it's like back there. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, man. That was a joy for Terry and I to have y'all come up there, man. That was so, because I knew you would dig it. I knew when I asked you that day if you'd ever been, you said no. That's when I started the plan. And so I'm tickled that we were able, we had talked about it far in advance. It had been kind of mentioned as an aside, if you will. But we really wanted to make that happen for you guys, and it was great. Y'all should have seen him. He was Uncle Henry from one end of the Grand Ole Opry to the other, posing for pictures with buxom beauties.
Oh, yeah.
Eating Grand Ole Opry popcorn.
Yes. It was a delight. It was
Yes,
magnificent to see. And and I've got another stand-up comedy question for you about your craft. So you're there. Most of the people up there are people who play music and sing.
Right.
You do stand-up, of course. Is it more difficult doing stand-up when you're when you're either opening for a band or in between musical acts? Does that make it more difficult to get the audience going?
It can, depending on where you're at in that lineup. Following a band with spoken word is hard. Just the physics of it. You have so many fewer decibels of sound pressure coming from the stage to people's ears, and such a broader spectrum of tonality, frequencies. And when you follow drums, guitars, piano, all that with just a spoken word, you really have to be on top of that audience, if you will. What they do at the Opry there is, if you remember, there's a good 5 minutes or so between each act.
Yes.
Because a lot of the music artists have to have their gear changed out up
Right.
there, yada, yada. And so they do it in such a way so that one art form doesn't step on the toes of the other. And as you saw with your own eyes, man, that audience loves the comedians.
They do.
Every comedian on that show that night destroyed.
Well,
we're laughing because I was the only comedian.
You did destroy, and I did notice that your material matched that audience perfectly. It just matched the audience
it's
perfectly.
my people.
Yes.
So, and here's the deal too, man. That audience is so nice. They want everybody that comes to that stage to do great.
They do,
because it's a bucket list item for people, man. They'll come. They'll spend thousands of dollars, months of planning, and that's one of the highlights of a Nashville trip for many, many people. And so they are in the mood for every performer to absolutely excel. And so they're a very receptive audience and a good vibe, a really good positive vibe.
So what really stuck out to me there backstage at the Grand Ole Opry was how every performer seemed to be just super grateful to be there. I don't know that I've ever been to any performance where everybody acted like they were being given such a gift just to be there. But all of the artists seemed to act like that.
And you know what? You feel like that to get to perform at that type of an iconic place, man. That is such a dream for so many, and you're that fact is not lost on you when you're in there. When you go in there and they hand you that poster that they make that has your name on it, you know, like holy moly. I mean, it is a combination of a sobering experience, an exuberant experience, a tinge of terrifying experience. And just, you know, you're just honored to get to walk out and stand in that 100-year-old circle of wood that's soft now, like a carpet, because it is so old and so many people have been on it. So it's an absolutely a thrill. It's a thrill to get to do it, man. And everybody that does it feels that way.
Now, you've done it several times.
26.
26 times.
Yeah.
Going to be more?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they like me.
Well, that also has to feel good on a daily basis, just knowing that they like me up at the Opry.
Well, and they've known me for so long because I was in the Nashville area for so many years. So it's a really fun, cool thing to get to do it.
Well, again, thank you for letting us have that experience and letting us find out what it's like, both to be in the audience and backstage. Really something.
Well, it's fun, and you try not to act starstruck backstage. I try to act, there's something like, oh, did you see that? Just, you know.
Well, yeah. Yeah, you do, you know, you see people go by, like Stephen Curtis Chapman the night we were there. You just, it's hard not to be starstruck the whole time.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is,
is.
man. Or, you know, and that's the thing about Nashville. Your waiter at Waffle House is a virtuoso fiddler.
Uh-huh.
You know, so that's what makes Nashville so fun, man. Everybody's gifted.
All right, we've got to take one more time out.
Okay.
And then we're going to come back with our final brief moments with Killer Bees. His show is Friday, December 5th. Friday, December 5th, the Crescent Theater in Mobile. Killer Bees doing stand-up. Showtime 7 o'clock, Friday, December 5th. Get your tickets at CrescentTheater.com. CrescentTheater.com or KillerBees.com. Back with our final moments with Killer Bees after the break.
From the Spring Hill Toyota Traffic Center.
And we've got an accident with road blockage in Pensacola, West Jordan Street at North R Street. Also, watch for an accident on Schillinger Road at Oak Hill Drive. It involves a vehicle versus bicycle there. Also slow on Highway 59 from I-10 to Gulf Shores, 51-minute drive.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. It's never too early for Lowe's Black Friday deals. Grab 25% off select pre-lit artificial Christmas trees, made for all your favorite holiday moments. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 12/3 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Hey, Uncle Henry here with two people who know a thing or two about financial stability. Meet John McNeil and Virginia O'Brien with Mobile Bay Financial Solutions.
Hi, I'm John. In today's unpredictable economy, staying informed is essential.
And I'm Virginia. We will help you make smart decisions, even when the market feels uncertain.
Our strategies evolve with inflation, market shifts, and policy changes, so you don't have to worry. From retirement planning to legacy planning, we offer more than investment advice.
We help you manage emotional discussions with clarity and confidence. Let's talk about your goals and where we can help. Call us today at 251-666-5000. That's 666-5000.
Mobile Bay Financial Solutions, navigating what's next together.
Advisory services offered through Mobile Bay Financial Services, LLC, an Alabama-registered investment advisor. We can offer investment advice in states where we are registered, exempt, or excluded from registration. The material contained herein should not be construed as an offer or solicitation for investment advice, securities, insurance, or other investment products.
Do you own a small business? A seismic shift is coming. It's time to get super sure. When it comes to skincare, not all products are created equal. At Advanced Dermatology and Skincare Center, we offer SkinCeuticals, the #1 medical aesthetic skincare brand. Backed by science, innovation, and clinical research, SkinCeuticals products help prevent future damage, protect healthy skin, and correct the signs of aging, so your skin looks and feels its very best every day. Schedule your appointment with Advanced Dermatology and Skincare Center. Visit AdvancedDermClinic.com today to learn more.
Attention business owners. Did you know that about 90% of employees and customers are unhappy when they walk into a dirty building? Let Janny King, the king of clean, keep your business pristine. Janny King's local franchise owners can handle your cleaning needs with reliable, hands-on cleaning solutions that deliver more than just a clean space. Janny King comes with regional support, which ensures consistency and quality, allowing you to focus on all the other needs of your business. Go to JannyKingCleans.com.
Janny King, the king of clean.
So Pure Talk is offering unlimited talk, text, and data on a crazy fast 5G network for just $29.95 a month for life. Not your phone's life, your life. This top-tier plan is normally $65 a month, but if you switch today, you'll save over 50% every month for the rest of your life. You might say it's the deal of your lifetime. Just dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe. Offer expires 12/7. Some restrictions apply. Details at puretalk.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit information kit. 800-809-7171. That's 800-809-7171.
Gulf Coast Federal Credit Union knows you might love your car, but not the bank or dealer loan that came with it. Uncle Henry here to tell you, Gulf Coast Federal Credit Union says keep the car and swap the loan to save money. Just tell them what your current loan rate from another lender is, and they'll try to lower it by 2%. Call Gulf Coast Federal Credit Union at 251-438-7464 or visit gulfcoastfcu.org. They can run the numbers and see how much you could save. Federally insured by NCUA. Loans subject to approval.
For more information about contests on this station, go to newsradio710.com/rules.
Expect mild temperatures tonight with increasing clouds. We'll have a chance of scattered strong storms in the area on Tuesday with the potential for gusty winds and large hail. Daytime highs will be in the upper 70s and our rain chance is 50% on Tuesday. I'm Fox 10 News Chief Meteorologist Jason Smith for this iHeartRadio station.
This report is sponsored by Our American Stories.
This is Lee Habib, host of Our American Stories. We're sharing the story of an American cultural invention. We're telling the tale of the superhero. You won't want to miss the next episode of Our American Stories.
Available everywhere with the iHeartRadio app, now #1 for podcasting. This is News Radio 710, WNTM, an iHeartRadio station.
Uncle Henry Show, News Radio 710, WNTM. It's 5:50. News headlines in 10 minutes. Killer Bees is here talking about his comedy show. He's doing stand-up comedy at the Crescent Theater in Mobile. December 5th, a Friday night, December 5th. Tickets available at crescenttheater.com or killerbees.com. I was trying to think of the different venues you may have played in downtown Mobile through the years.
Adams Mark was in there.
Yeah, I remember you playing there.
There was that old round Holiday Inn. Remember that one?
Yeah.
Like that tower, that one. There was, is there an Admiral something?
Yes, the Admiral.
There.
Yeah, Admiral Sims. You've been in a lot of downtown venues.
I've been in a lot of downtown venues. Spot of Tea.
Yeah. Okay, I remember that.
Matter
Yeah.
of fact, we recorded an album in Spot of Tea.
Okay, I didn't realize that.
Yes, sir. It was called Killer Bees Shaken, Not Stirred.
And you, and of course, all of us remember the venue that was there on Highway 90 near the Whataburger in Mobile.
Started out as the Punchline Comedy Club. The Punchline franchise out of Atlanta opened that room, and then later became the Mobile Comedy Lounge. And so I first came here when I was the little opening act, the MC, had 10 minutes of material.
I didn't realize that. You started as the MC there? Really?
I didn't start there, but my first time there, yes, I came in as the MC.
Wow.
Way early in my career. So I've had a long history of doing stand-up in Mobile.
How long were you the MC in your career?
I MC'd once I got on the club circuit, probably maybe a year and a half, maybe 2 years.
Okay.
But I had done 300 performances without ever seeing a comedian or ever setting foot in a comedy club prior to that. And so had some pretty strong stage presence and room handling chops.
Okay.
If you will. So I kind of popped and did good on the club circuit. And so I worked, the Bruce Ayers in Birmingham was booking me. Started with Birmingham, then Huntsville was added, and then the Sir Laughs a Lot Comedy Club in Memphis way back. And then finally I went up and did a showcase in Nashville at Zany's, and that's when it popped right there. Because I was getting traction already, and the thought back then was you either have to go to L.A. or New York if you start getting traction. And I have a cousin that's a screenplay writer that called me and said, dude, go to Nashville. He goes, you will not get shunned because of your accent. There's movie deals. There's record deals. He goes, you won't be in line behind 1,000 people that don't have the chops. And so that's what I did. I went up there, and that's where I popped, if you will. TNN and CMT snatched me up. I did 100 appearances on each of those networks, and then in '89 I was in the first ever comedy issue of Rolling Stone magazine that had David Letterman and Johnny Carson on the cover of it.
I remember that.
Right. So
I do.
So that move to Nashville was the move for me to make. So, because I'm not in New York, I'm not a metropolitan type guy. I wouldn't have, I would not have had the opportunities or the acceptance, I'll put it that way, in L.A. or New York that I had when I went to Nashville.
Well, and they love you there.
So, I was voted Nashville Scene Magazine's Comedian of the Year when I was up there and all that stuff. So and that's how I got to work with all these Opry people, was TNN and CMT. So there's that.
So if anybody traveling to Nashville, if they want advice, you can give them the advice on where to go, where to stay, where to eat, all that good stuff?
Yeah, Brentwood or Franklin, because downtown is so packed, you'll be mad if I send you there.
Okay.
It is the bachelorette capital, the bachelorette party capital of the world. So you'll see a lot of poodle skirts and cowgirl boots for the first half of the night. Then you'll see those same girls toting them because they were hurting their feet. So, welcome to Nashville. Oh, beware of falling chairs.
All right, well, we are almost out of time here, Killer Bees. December 5th, a Friday night, that's coming up pretty soon there
I'm
at the
looking
Crescent
forward
Theater.
to that, man. That's going to be a neat thing, and they're doing a good thing for Mobile. So that's cool. Hats off and congratulations to those guys.
Okay, so you, the listener, you can get those tickets, as you've been told, crescenttheater.com, or go to killerbees.com, and that's bees spelled B-E-A-Z, killerbees.com. Hey, thank you so much for coming in and talking about your show at the Crescent.
Well, thank you, man. I love you. Good to see you again. I miss you.
Love you too, miss you too, and you're welcome here anytime.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
All right, listener, we got more coming up. We have news headlines coming up next on News Radio 710 WNTM, and then got some voicemails that were phoned in after the Alabama victory over the weekend. We're going to get to those calls and some other stuff as the Uncle Henry Show continues here on News Radio 710 WNTM.
Fox on Tech.
CrowdStrike makes another strike against hacking. The big cybersecurity provider is now confirming they had to fire an employee they say provided sensitive data from their operation to a known hacking syndicate. TechCrunch reports CrowdStrike identified someone who gave screenshots of their internal systems to the hackers, which were in turn posted to a channel in the Telegram social media app. The photos allegedly depict readouts of dashboards with CrowdStrike data and other in-company workflows using apps like Okta, but a CrowdStrike statement says the company's systems are not found to be in any danger. The same hackers previously claimed they stole more than 1 billion records from corporations via a weakness in the Salesforce platform. CrowdStrike is the same company which in 2004 suffered an outage, causing millions of Windows-based PCs to stop working worldwide. With Fox on Tech, I'm Eben Brown, Fox News.
Teachers and pastors and doctors and ordinary citizens lose their job now just for saying they don't believe children under 18 should undergo transgender surgeries.
Opinions matter.
That opinion, whether you agree or disagree, is a moral and medical judgment, and it is a matter of policy debate.
What's yours?
I have a right to say you're mutilating children. You have a right to say, no, we're not.
Free speech is on the Glenn Beck Program. Weekday mornings at 8 on WNTM.
Tis the season when you're in the mood for holiday music. Listen live with the iHeartRadio app and on your radio to Mix 99.9, the Christmas station.
17 million veterans have served our country. Since 2001, more than 150,000 veterans have died by suicide. Hundreds of thousands more suffer from the invisible wounds of war. It's time to act. Homebase has provided life-saving, world-class care to over 50,000 veterans and family members